So, hi everybody, and welcome to this class about acrobatic floor flows. I'm Hanka, and I have the honor to teach you some of my favorite stuff and combinations on the floor. So make sure you have done a very good warming up. You can find the other videos here on the website. And the good news is that you can keep your pants on for this class. Very good for winter. Okay, let's get started with one of my very favorite tricks on the floor. And I do this in a lot of different acts, just because I think it's fun and it's pretty impressive. It's a planche or a floor plank position. I'm going to do this first. And then we look at the explanation in detail. So maybe you've seen breakdancers do this on one hand. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to use the other hand, the free hand, in the pole for balance. Your body weight is going to be on the outside hand. Make sure you place it away from the pole, a little bit wider even than your shoulders would be. The top hand here, that's going to be in the pole, can be in a cup grip, in a twist grip, or in a true grip. Depends on what you are going to do and from which combination you come. Now, to make sure that this arm gets bent and it's going to connect the elbow onto that hip bone here. So we're going to lean forward and we're going to bend the arm. You kind of want to rotate the hand out and so the elbow goes in when you bend it, like that. See if you can practice this. Try not to have a straight arm. Try to really open your knees and sink into it. Feels a little bit weird to do it without the plank position, but it's a good practice to make sure that the elbow and the hip bone are going to connect. I'm rotating a little bit so you can see how far my nose goes forward when I'm trying this move. So grab the pole, preferred position with the hand, rotate the other hand on the floor outside, lean forward and bend the arm. Don't do this, keep your head up. Now, if that works, and if you find the connection, we can start to use the legs and lift the legs using the lower back muscles and a little bit of your butt muscles. So to bring that up, you have to lean forward, and as a counterweight, you can start lifting the legs. All your body weight is going to be on the wrist, so make sure that your wrists are fine and that you did a good warming up for that. Now, to make sure that we're going into a beautiful position, you have a couple of options. I like the split option. So, going back to this side, because from the front it looks pretty cool in pictures, I'm going to open and rotate my chest a little bit towards the pole, so this gets a little bit into the side of my body, and I end up, in this case, in the right split. So, top leg is rotating towards the pole, the back leg is rotating away from the pole. There, open up, there. Top hand is for balance. Lower hand is there to keep your body weight and keep you up. Most of the muscles, though, that you're going to use are these at the back of your body because you want to lift it all up. Not just the legs, but also the chest. It looks much better in pictures that you do this instead of this, of course. Now, try that on the floor and try both sides, because you might find yourself on the opposite side if you do this in a combination. So I'm going to be on the opposite side, same thing, hand away from the body. Hand could be cup grip, twist grip, true grip. I'm going to use a cup grip for now. Lean forward, touch the elbow on the hip, and open up. Bring the legs back. So try to go back with control as well. I'm going back onto my knees, but you could theoretically slide out into a split or do another cool floor combination with it. So let's practice this. I'm going to give you 2 minutes for that, and then I'll be back with one combination that is the challenge with this floor plank position. Go ahead. So I hope you found your floor plank position. For the diehards among you, we have a difficult combination to get into that floor plank position. And it goes from a handstand. Of course, you can also do the handstand separately. And maybe you have seen this before in other videos on the side. But we're going into a twist grip, handstand, one hand on the floor. And this you can lift up, kick up, jump up, slide down from an invert. You have lots of options. I like to straddle up to do that. Imagine, and remember, when you're doing a handstand, you want to have the outside hand right underneath the shoulder. This should be a straight line. Don't place it out there, don't place it out there, don't place it in there. Right underneath your shoulder. The other shoulder is going to touch the pole and you're going to grab into a twist grip. To get there, touch the shoulder, hand is just down, and now I'm going to bring it straight up and grab it where I can. There. As I said, other hand underneath the shoulder, and see if you can get your butt in the same line with the pole. So you want to be, the full body wants to be parallel to the pole, and to get there, this is usually leading. So we're going to get the butt up, and then if you feel comfortable, straighten the legs. So I'm going to do this, and you can roll or jump or lift. I'm going to tuck first, butt up, and straighten the legs. You can make different shapes and walk it out, just as a very nice practice. So that is something that you can do or maybe have done many times already. Now, the combination with the plank. So from that handstand, we can slide down onto our elbow. And that is something that you want to do slow and in control, of course, otherwise you're going to crash into the floor. So be slow and be in control. I'm going to show this once. It takes a little bit of effort, so I'm not going to talk. Like that. So what you want to do is make sure that you go straight down towards the floor, and when you're almost there, you want to look forward. So if you would follow your center of mass gravity, it would go along the pole and then in a forward direction. Or you could think of your nose. You want to go down, and then the last moment you want to look up and away. That is to make sure that the middle of your body, this hip here, arrives on the elbow. If you don't do that, you're going to fall backwards. So I'm going to do this from the side. Then you won't really see the split position in the end, but you can see how I slide down and then move my head forward. From there. So, moving down, and then in a straight or in a beautiful line with a curve, we're going to move forward. One more important thing, to move forward, you actually have your shoulder stuck here, so you have to pop it out and move forward. So there is one moment when you're almost close to the floor, you have to move a little bit to the side to allow your shoulder to come forward. Only if you do that, you can really move into the final position. So, that is a little bit of practice. And it doesn't matter if you don't make it the first time, of course. And you can practice the things separately. But if you want a challenge, you can put these things together. Now, I have seen people that used the foot on the pole, so the inside foot, as a bit of a cheat. I think that's cheating, but it might help you. So I'm going to give you a little cheating moment here. I'm going to be on this side, so you can see. I'm going to have the inside foot. I'm going to touch the pole, and that's going to help me to slide down a little bit and not fall over right away. So, same handstand, foot around the pole. Use that foot to guide you, but you still have to move forward, and you still have to let go at the end. Sliding down. And of course, you are all the time in a twist grip position with this one. So if you're practicing the thing on the floor, you want to practice it with a twist as well. Well, if I do it without this handstand combination, I usually do the cup grip or the hands up grip, the twist grip, the split grip, sorry, any kind of other grip, because the twist grip is not very nice to start on the floor, but it is very nice if you come from a handstand. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to practice this in a combo or maybe the separate moves. right. So I hope you got that. Now we're going to move into a longer combination with some tricks and moves here on the floor. Once again, we're not going to be very high. We're going to be on the floor. We're going to use a shoulder mount. We're going to use some rolls. Let's have some fun. I'll do the first part first, and then we're going to explain it. So that's what we're going to start with. There's a little bit more. The first thing is a shoulder mount side kick variation. Don't really have a name for it. So, and the directions here can be a little bit confusing. So just to make sure, I like to do this thing on my right shoulder. So if you're left-shouldered, maybe you want to go in the opposite direction, or just to get this thing, you want to follow me and then mirror it later. So what's important is that the first thing, we have to kind of face the pole. Let's be on both knees, and we have to have the outside shoulder that I want to have on the pole away from the pole. So this is why I started like this, so you could see that. So my right shoulder is away, but when I roll in, face the pole, bring the shoulder on the pole, I'm actually there, into my shoulder mount. You can have the hand in a mixed grip or in a double cup grip position. Works both ways. This, to start away from the pole, is to make it a little bit more nicey and flowy. Technically, you could start here. So what you want to do, the shoulder that's going to touch the pole is going to grab under and directly into a cup grip. So if you start away from the pole, you take that hand, bring it under the opposite elbow, and rotate in. You will see that your knees start to rotate on the floor right away to get there. Your body has to follow because the shoulder is leading. So you can do anything you want with the leg, but then when you roll in, shoulder up, I'm going to lift the opposite knee because I want to kick this leg up and go over the mountain. Imagine there's a mountain here, I'm going to rotate over it, making a side kick. You can lift into almost a full shoulder mount, or you can stay a little bit closer to the floor. So this, on your butt, works as well. Then you get a beautiful roll out. So you can choose how high you want to be and how strong you want to be at this point. So shoulder mount again. I'm going to lift the legs as high as possible, keeping them straight, although it could be an artistic choice to bend. I'm going to keep the legs straight, and I'm going to rotate out on the opposite side. So, starting, knees in shoulder, straight legs, and both knees on the floor here. You will see that you have in my case, the right hand, the shoulder mount hand. I have that on the pole. That's this trick. Let's do it one more time all together, and then I'm going to explain the next slide, and then we're going to have some practice time. So, side, any beautiful move that you want. Face the pole, roll in, legs up, on the knees, rotating out. The hand that was on the pole is going on the floor. You can make that big and beautiful. Switch hands. So now I have one hand on the floor, one hand on the pole. I'm going to lift the same hand and the same leg as the top hand. So in this case, it's all left and left. I'm going to make a jazz slide. Jazz slide is something on the floor that you would slide forward. We're going to use this on the pole. So if I rotate a little bit, you're going to see there's a little hole here. I'm going to slide with my hip through the gap, like that. Or you can jump a little bit more. And then I have to use the foot on the floor to kick away, and I'm going to jump a little bit more. So I'm lifting the leg up and sending it again over the mountain. So push, hand, other hand is on the floor. It's also going to push, and I'm going to make a big step up to rotate out of it. If you want to practice that with knee pads, go ahead. So we arrived on this side. I'm switching hands, bringing the outside leg forward, in my case left, and I'm going to jump out of it. So I want to practice that, and I'm doing it together. So I'm going to start outside, rotate shoulder mount, hop, sit, switching hands, and kick, and jump. And one little thing that you want to do in the jump is maybe look forward. So if I do it from this side, push the leg on the floor, lift the opposite leg through the hole, and there's a moment here where you want to look forward and maybe even arch your back. If you have a more flexible back than I do, please bring it up and make it big. So let's do these things together, and then I'll continue with the next step. You have 2 minutes practice time. All right, so I hope that worked. We have arrived here on this side of the ball, and we're going to continue this little sequence. So I'm going to show the next part, and then we're going to break that down again. Like that. So what's important, we did have this jump and arrive on both knees, and at that point you're kind of facing the ball. You want to have this top hand in twist again. To go into the twist, you can't really get there when you're just facing the ball and both hips are facing the ball. You have to rotate a little bit. So I'm going to rotate the feet, and this allows my shoulder to go through the gap, and I'm going to lean on the pole, or almost lean on the pole with both shoulder blades. Other hand could be down, or sometimes you don't even need it. I'm going to open the legs in a diamond shape and rotate. You must have done a lot of these in exotic classes. So important with that one is to point your toes and to roll on the top of your feet instead of doing something like this, because that is kind of ugly. So don't do that. And you want to practice a couple of these, and they just continue in a nice motion. You can do a few of them in a row. But it's important to imagine that you first have to rotate your hips in order to get your hand through and up. Push the hips away, rotate, and hey, I'm in the same start position, so I could continue. Lower hand down, bring the feet in a circle, up. You can do a few of these. Okay, so you practice these moves, and then you can practice it together in the little combo that we have so far. So, let's do that once. We have shoulder mount, kick up, switching hands, foot up, slide through, hand up, diamond spin, and you can sit down. Take 2 minutes to practice that part. hope that worked. Now, when you have all these things together, you can arrive and finish and continue with any kind of floor work that you want. My option here is to go on both knees, so we make the diamond spin in the end, go to both knees, and then bring the outside shoulder down to the floor, where you could go into floor works and shoulder stands, for example. I'm going to make a front roll at this point, and for that, I'm going to bring the hand close to the pool. You don't need to grab it, but you want to bring it in, and that allows your shoulder to be on the floor. So I'm really going to sink into it. Bring your chin on your chest, because that rolls a little bit nicer. Top hand is going to help you to push through. It looks nicest when you stand the legs and kind of pike over into a pike position. So I could go backwards as well. Hop. We're going to roll all the way in, and it's not even a big roll in that direction. I want to stay close to the pole. So what you want to do is kind of imagine that your nose is moving in that direction and your body goes into a full pike. So shoulder on the floor, or on the hands on the pole or on the floor, shoulder in here. And in the end, you want to be in a full pike position with your nose close to your knees as much as possible, because I want to have the inside knee close to the pole. The other hand is on the floor. This is going to push and help me to go in a rotation. And now I'm going to bend the knee. The other one goes away from the pole and swing to one side. You can end up in this beautiful double attitude position. So to do that, you can practice that separately. Bend over, so make a beautiful pike. Knee, inside knee is going in the pole, and now I'm going to swing that one to the outside. So if you look at it from the side, you're going to see that leg again going away from the pole, touching all the corners of the room. This hand was underneath the knee. It goes over in the moment I go up. There. And when I go up, I try to swing my chest away from the pole in a big circle, and I'm going to grab the pole with the opposite knee. So you see that the final position is here, attitude position with the legs. You can lean forward, sit on both butt cheeks, and lean to the opposite side. Kind of like this move, because it feels funny swinging around. Every time I lean to one side, I place that hand on the floor. And when I go up, I place the opposite hand on the pole. And this you can practice with me if you want. And lift the leg that's behind you. You can also artistically choose to bend your feet, to flex the feet. But I would prefer pointed toes, side to side. So that is something to practice together with that diamond spin thingy. So we were rotating around. Then you bring both knees on the floor and directly bring the shoulder down into the pool, pike, and continue with the swing to the outside of the leg, side to side. The last little thing that I want to do here is a bit of a standing split. You don't need a full split for it, but it's a nice artistically modern dance kind of thing out. Facing this direction. So if you're leaning to one side and you go up again, you can rotate the knee out and place the foot on the pole, on the floor, sorry. Hand is on the pole, and I'm going to put that in cup grip. Now I'm going to unthread the leg and kick it up. So if I do that from the side, you're leaning to one side. Then when you go up, you place the foot firmly on the floor and start pushing with this hand so you can bring your butt up and kick the leg up and over. Now the last little thing is to bring this hand from the pool onto the floor and allow yourself to lean out on the opposite side. So that's attitude, leg on the floor, both hands on the floor, and over to the opposite side. If you want, you can do a jazz slide again. So what does it look like when I put it together? So imagine the second part here. I'm going to bring the shoulder on the pole, the pike, and I directly use the kick from the foot to make a big circle outwards. So rotate, knee on the pole, big kick with straight leg, one side, opposite side. I'm going to this side again because I like this side. Foot on the floor, hand goes up and firmly grab the pole, unthread the leg, and there we go. And swing out of it or slide out of it. So Those little parts you can again practice together, or you can practice them separately and then later put them into a longer combo. I'm going to do this sequence, the complete sequence with the shoulder mount as the first move, one more time, and then you get some practice time. So if you want, you can join me and do this together. So some kind of beautiful start position, rotate into the pole, kicking up, both knees on the floor, switch hands, foot on the floor, and really jump, and directly lift the hand to go into the diamond spin. Here, sitting down, rolling, pike the body, leg through, double attitude on one side, double attitude on the opposite side. When you're here on the first side again, bring the foot on the floor, lift it up, and fall over, and maybe even slide out in the end. All right, good luck, you 2 minutes practice time. This is an extra challenge for you. Like that. So what's happening? You don't have to do the standing split. That's just for decoration. But what's happening is that I'm going to be beside the pole, I'm lifting my inside leg, and I'm going to bring it over my elbow. So don't grip this arm too high, because there's no way you're going to make that. Grip it more or less on shoulder height. Then we're going to lift the leg, make the split if you want, you don't have to, and bring it over the inside elbow. Make sure you engage your shoulder and the elbow so don't slide down. From here, we're going to send the hips around in a circle. So I imagine that I'm kind of jumping in my clockwise direction. The outside hand goes into a cup grip, so I can pull. And I'm going to pull my hips up. So the hips go circle and up. There. So if you are in that circle, you will feel that the hips are up and you can grab with the top knee around the pole. So you kind of end in more or less a genie position. Both knees are gripping around the pole. Your inside hand is in a bit of a weird position, but you want to keep it there. You don't let go of the inside hand. See if you can do this. See if you can swing around. And then to get out of it, you want to place the top hand back on the floor. So lifting the leg up. Hand goes up in a cup grip, sending the hips in a circle, like that. Grip both knees, and outside hand goes on the floor to step out. So this would be a way to go into a handstand or handspring on the floor if you want. But what I like about it is that you can use the momentum from the spin to swing the legs out and around. So I do not stop in a static handstand. I like to let go with the legs and make a big circle with the legs to the outside, touching all walls of the room. So doing this again, leg goes up, circle out, and from here, hands on the floor, leg to the outside to circle out. So you don't want to step down straight from a handstand. You want to bring the legs away from the pool and circle it out. You can go into floor work, you can go into your next move, anything you want from there. So let's do that one more time. Do this with the standing split if you have one. Lift it up, leg over, jump, circle, hands on the floor, let the leg go sideways, kick it out to go back onto your knees. So good luck with practicing that. So everybody, I hope that worked for you. When you put everything together, you have a very nice long combo. And of course, you can add your own favorite moves to it. So that would conclude this class. I hope you had fun.